can.
I can.
Oh, you can. Peyton Manning could. I couldn't. Yeah, we started in Detroit, and by the time we ended up in Indianapolis, all we had left was carcasses.
Cortez kicks it off for San Francisco. There's Wilkins at about the 8. And Wilkins still on his feet. Bangs it out to the 40, and here comes the flag flying. A good return by Terrence Wilkins, but they'll move it back a bit.
Our referee in the white hat there is Bernie Kukar. Been around for a long time.
Yes, he has. Holding, and they'll move it back.
Holding 43 of the return team during the run back. That's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
We'll not get to the lineup, at least not right now, because the Colts will huddle up this first time, and then they'll go no huddle after that.
And we'd like to watch the no huddle, see how they do it, and then see how that affects the 49ers, because the Colts haven't been doing the no huddle. It's not a hurry up, it's just calling plays on the line of scrimmage.
Rhodes gets the carry and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Peyton Manning.
So now you see Peyton Manning is getting his team up there.
Yep.
They didn't go back to the huddle. So that means that the 49ers can't huddle up either. That's one of the things that they want to do.
With those problems, that broken jaw, he still is able to communicate. Rhodes behind the line by Dana Stubblefield.
And then the no huddle didn't affect Dana Stubblefield. He's a guy that's really added a lot coming back to the 49ers as a run stopper. I mean, Bryant Young is one of the top tackles in football, and Dana Stubblefield plays the run very well.
He's added a lot to the 49er defense. He's lost a lot off his frame. He's only about 295 now.
Again, the no huddle of the Colts, shotgun.
Manning. Wilkins out close to the 40.
I tell you, Peyton Manning is fun to watch. You watch him in practice, and he throws the ball just like that all the time. I mean, it doesn't stay. Watch how quickly, when he sees that, how quickly that ball comes out of there. I mean, that's in slow motion, but he put that thing right on Terrence Wilkins.
Perfect?
And now they're still going to no huddle. He's on the line of scrimmage now. The advantage that they get is that the 49ers don't get to huddle in. The pace of the defense is different.
The fake to Rhodes. Manning drops it outside to Harrison. And that's a completed pass. Now let's look at the lineup. Glenn Moore, Saturday, the rookie team, and Adam Meadows up front. Wilkins, Dominic Rhodes, Pollard, Dilger, and Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison always lines up on the right side. Today they're going to flip-flop him some and line him up on the left side some.
Rhodes whirls past the 45. Let's look at the 49ers defense. O'Keefer, Young, Stubblefield, and Engelberger up front, the front four. Ulbrich, Derek Smith in the middle, and Julian Peterson. Webster, Zach Bronson, Lance Schulters, and Ahmad Plummer, the other cornerback.
Cheeky O'Keefer starting for Andre Carter, the rookie #1 draft choice, who isn't active today.
Second down, Manning gives to Rhodes. Rhodes spins for a couple. Engelberger made the stop.
Yeah, one of the things that Peyton Manning was telling us is, he loves to throw the play-action pass where you fake the run and throw the ball. And he said in order to do that, even though we don't have Edgerrin James and we have Dominic Rhodes, an undrafted rookie free agent, we still have to run the ball, because if we don't run the ball, then we can't fake the run.
maybe more so than any other quarterback in the league.
Looks different over there.
A bunch. Manning runs this offense.
And he loves this part of it, too, where he can call plays on the line of scrimmage and, be an old-fashioned quarterback.
Rhodes made the catch short of a first down.
He doesn't like that, though, because he only had third and about 3, and he threw the ball for none yards. That's something that I know that, in fact, the fans don't like that. They're booing here and has never made sense to me. Now, if it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, I can understand that. But if 3rd and 3 or 4, you have to have everyone go out beyond the first down marker.
Hunter Smith back to punt. This is a Colt timeout.
I think they may be going for it on 4th down. I think they took a timeout so that they can change and go for it.
Manning is back in the game. You're right.
Number 21, forward, Number 33, center, Tom
Sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36.
That's a Mora on the left and a Mora on the right.
A Jim Mora on the left and a Jim Mora on the right. Not Junior, but Jim Mora is the defensive coordinator. Jim Mora's son, Jim Mora, is the defensive coordinator.
They have different middle names. They'll get the first down. Down to the 30. Dilger.
So the old man got the kid on that one.
Yep.
They were going to punt, then they took a timeout, and then they went for it on 4th down. You see a little play fake, and Dilger just comes up the middle, turns around, and Peyton Manning puts it right on him. Peyton Manning is the master of the play fake. There's no one that fakes the run to the running back and throws a pass in this game better than Peyton Manning. He's a lot like Boomer Esiason used to be.
He hides the ball very well. Throw incomplete. Intended for Harrison. Jason Webster.
And that
knocked it away.
That was one of the things we were talking about Marvin Harrison, where he always lines up on the right. And they exchange him. They put him over on the left side because they wanted to work against Jason Webster. This is something that the 49ers didn't expect. I think they're seeing 2 things they didn't expect. Harrison lining up on the left side and the no huddle.
2nd and 10. Manning to Rhodes, and there's nothing there. Jeff Ulbrich. And Rhodes didn't quite make it back to the line of scrimmage.
So now the Colts will go 3 wide receivers. And as you can see, they just kind of line up right there on the line. You see? This is what it looks like. And they just kind of all come in a little.
Yep.
And then Peyton Manning tells them what to do. Then they all get out.
Manning from the spread. Pass caught. That's Terrence Wilkins, and he's very nearly able to get a first down.
I think he saw that yellow line. And I think he got past that yellow line. So he makes that last move right there that was enough to pick up the first down.
1st and 10, Indianapolis. At the 49er 20.
You see what they did? Once they get inside the 20 now, which they are now, they're going to probably huddle up because the 49ers blitz more in this area. They just huddled up on that play.
Rhodes, the lone setback. Manning directing things at the line. Takes to Rhodes. Drops it to Harrison. To the 3.
This guy's something, isn't it? We're talking about the play fake, and watch his play fake. Well, I guess the first thing we're going to watch is Marvin Harrison. He's going to come running across the field. So he goes all the way and across, and then, at some point, he is going to get there. But now watch what Peyton Manning does. Watch how he comes back. He puts the ball out there and then brings it back. Then he dips his shoulder. That is great play fake. And that's what allowed Marvin Harrison that lane to run that crossing pattern in.
And they pick up 17 yards, and it's 1st and goal. Rhodes bouncing to about the 2, 1.5. Stubble field. First to hit him.
Well, they tried to get the H-back. They had Ken Dilger, who was a tight end. They lined him up as an H-back and had him lead, kind of like a pulling guard. Dominic Rhodes tried to get in behind him. But as you say, Stubble field was right there. Watch Dilger. He's going to line up there. You see him. He's coming in to lead. And right there, Rhodes should have followed him in, tried to get to him. But look at all those white jerseys. Oops.
2nd and goal. They need a yard. And Rhodes walked in. Dominic Rhodes made it look easy.
That was an easy 1 yard. Ryan Deem, the rookie right guard, got a little kick out there. And I don't even know if Dominic Rhodes needed that or not. Watch Ryan Deem. He's right here. He's going to be pulling. You see right now, he knows he gets behind him. He gets this block here, and that's just an easy walk-in. In fact, he got a block, he got a maul, and he got a hole.
Yeah. All of the above.
Ryan Deem is a pretty good-looking rookie guard.
Vanderjack's extra point is good. It's 7-0 Indianapolis. Dominic Rhodes scored the touchdown. It is 7-0 Indianapolis. 7:04 left in the first quarter. Mike Vanderjack back to kick it off to Benny Sutherland.
You know, when we talked to Jim Mora yesterday, the Colts head coach, Jim Mora, he said that's what they're going to have to do. That, you know, that the 49ers are going to score points. That there's no way that his defense is going to stop them. So we just have to go out and be effective offensively and score more than they did. And that first drive was pretty doggone impressive.
Well, they not only got the touchdown, they kept the ball for 8 minutes.
Well, they had that 1 4th down play, too, remember?
Sutherland knocked out of bounds. A flag on the play.
That's the thing. Early in when the Colts received, they had a good kickoff return. There was a penalty, and now the 49ers get a good kickoff return, and there's a penalty. Because sometimes that's tough. Going to go against the Colts, though, so that's going to add.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 34 of the kicking team. That's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Jason Doring. Here he comes.
Yep. You could see Vinny was out of bounds,
yep,
and he came over and hit him while he was out of bounds.
There's one of the good people in this profession or any profession.
Yeah, he sure is. And heck of a good guy and a heck of a coach. The 49ers are starting out with 3 wide receivers. The Colts have 5 defensive backs in there.
Garcia back to throw it. Lays it outside for Garrison Hurst. Josh Williams brought him down. Here's the 49er offensive line. Derek Deese, the veteran Ray Brown, Newberry, Dave Fiore, and Scott Gregg. Terrell Owens and J.J. Stokes, the wide receivers. Eric Johnson, the tight end. Hurst will be deep. Beasley in front of him.
Terrell Owens hurt his ankle last week and really only practiced 1 full day this week.
Here comes Owens in motion. Hurst takes the handoff. Chad Bratsky. Here's the Indianapolis defense, the front 4. Bratsky, who just made that tackle. Johnson, Williams, and Scioli. Phillips, Morris, Washington, although they started with a nickel defense. Macklin, Doring, Chad Cota, and Jeff Burris.
And they went from nickel, which is 5 defensive backs, to dime, which are in now, which is 6 defensive backs.
And 3 wide receivers.
And a blitz.
And here is Hearst for a 49er first down inside the 25.
And not only was that a good run, but it was a good call because the blitz, as I said, was coming. It was coming from the right side of the 49ers offense, and they ran to the left. Here comes Garrison Hearst coming right to this side, which is the left side. And again, had they gone to the right side, they would have run into the blitz. You see the blitz is coming from this side, and you see the overload there. They ran away from the overloaded blitz side and to the unloaded side.
Garcia fakes and rolls right. Tight end, Eric Johnson. And let's go down to Ron Pitts.
Pat, you guys were talking just about Terrell Owens' ankle. He actually hurt it last week in the overtime game against Carolina. He re-hurt it last night where they're going through the walkthrough. Now, he came out here in pregame warm-up and tried to work through it. He said it's still sore going side to side. They're going to try to do a lot of things up the field to keep pressure off that ankle. He said the big thing is I want to get out here and play because I want to prove to everybody that I'm a better wide receiver than number 88 across on the other side of the field, talking about number 88, Marvin Harris. Pat?
No doubt he'll have a chance. Stokes, and it's high over his head.
And I think that he better want to make some plays to win the game.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we forget the objective in these things. It's not to look better than a guy in the other team or to how many passes you catch or how many yards you gain running, but it's a win. And that's what the 49ers are doing so well this year that they didn't. I mean, they had some numbers last year, but they didn't have the win. This year, they're getting their numbers, but they're also getting the wins, and that's why they come in here at 7-2.
That I want to prove I'm better and should be replaced by we want to prove we're better.
Well, we want to win the game. Yeah, let's just go beat them. That's what we want to do.
Beasley gets the carry.
Easy, guys, easy, guys.
That's a rare carry for him.
Well, that didn't fool. That, you know, what they tried to do is spread them out, and they had like 4 receivers spread out, and the only guy in the backfield was Beasley. So they wanted the Colts to think, okay, Beasley in the backfield spread out. It's a passing down. We'll play pass, and they'll fool them and get the ball to Beasley. The Colt defense wasn't fooled at all.
That brings up 3rd and 9.
They want to work on this left side. Somewhere they want to take a shot early on this left side right here.
Derek Dees might have moved early.
Look at that thing Chad Bratsky, number 92, is wearing on his ankle. He has a high ankle.
Ball start. 63 offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Chad Bratsky is the guy who's playing against him, but look at that left foot. He says, a high ankle sprain is when you turn the ankle in. Bratsky was telling us the other day that it includes 5 ligaments in there, and he said some membranes, too.
Yeah. He knew a lot about it.
Yeah, I think he tore 2 of the 5 ligaments and injured 3 and did something to a membrane or something.
Jackson is the deep back. Here's Garcia across to Stokes. And he is down at about the 12. They don't get the first. We'll see the field goal team.
One of the things that the Colts felt that they had to do was tackle well, and they did on this series when they got the ball down there. Remember the run, they really swarmed and tackled that. And here, when you hit that underneath pass like that, then you better swarm it and tackle it. I'll tell you, the Colts did those 2 things. They swarmed it and tackled it.
Jose Cortez from 30 yards away.
Steve Mariucci said he doesn't want any more 3 irons. He wants 9 irons with this guy kicks. That was a wedge.
He got one, and he got the 49ers on the board. 7-3, Indianapolis over San Francisco.
Brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers. By UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere. And by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Back at the Dome in Indianapolis. Wilkins kneels with the kickoff in the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts at their own 20. Next week, it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader beginning with the undisputed champion of pregame shows, Fox NFL Sunday. Then the Lions take on the Bears and the Rams battle the Falcons in an NFC West showdown, plus other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, here on Fox.
That's next Sunday?
Next Sunday.
We're just getting started with this Sunday.
Well, you know, we did a lot of games
first
this week.
quarter here, I know it.
3 games this week.
Hard to remember what day it is, isn't it?
1st and 10. Manning back to throw. Wilkins coming back for Manning's throw.
Yeah, one of the things that they want to do is they want to pull the guard, see, and give you a trapping action on their play pass. So if you're reading through the line to the back, you're not only going to see the back, but you're going to see the line pull. See the guard pull and the back. So they want to false key in 2 ways, with the line and with the back, to get you misdirected.
49ers have 2 new defensive tackles.
Peyton Manning is calling a heck of a lot of play here.
Yes,
he called a play and an audible.
Rhodes gets the first down for Indianapolis.
And again, he's going no huddle. You see, they just kind of meander around there, and then he's telling everyone what to do. You look, they've gone no huddle 9 times already. The huddle times were when they get into red zone and goal line.
Tom Moore, who orchestrates along with Manning the defense, the offense, I beg your pardon.
Tom Moore is the guy that calls these plays for Peyton Manning. Although Peyton Manning changes a lot of them, doesn't it?
He does. That's Rhodes. Stopped by Lance Schulters. Rhodes is an interesting story, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He went to college where the Dallas Cowboys trained. As a matter of fact, he was an intern there. And his favorite player, his favorite team were the Dallas Cowboys, and his favorite player was Tony Dorsett, and that's why he's wearing number 33.
Midwest Texas State is where he went to college.
And they remember him there as an intern. I told them they should have remembered him as a running back. No one drafted him.
Fumble! Manning left the ball and went back and got it.
That's a bad thing when the quarterback leaves the ball. It was up there. I don't know that wasn't Manning. It looked like he separated his hands. You have to keep both hands up there. Looked like he took his left hand away from his right hand.
Jeff Saturday hit himself in the behind. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Colts set the 49ers 3. Fox NFL Sunday from Indianapolis will continue after these messages.
It orders pizza.
Colts have it 3rd and 3. They're the first quarter statistics.
And the Colts have all the advantages and the score advantage, too. 49ers have had 7 plays. The Colts have already had 18 plays.
Manning drops it outside. Flag on the play. 2 flags on the play. That play was kind of discombobulated.
Well, what happened is the defensive back, Ronnie Hurd, number 38, was up in their backfield. And they were trying to throw a form of a screen. And he got up in the backfield, and that will usually foul it up.
Yep. 81 offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
81 is right here. That's Marcus Pollard. And you see, he's going to go and try and pick right there. So he's trying to make a pick right there to throw the screen. He goes to make the pick. Ronnie Hurd comes up and makes a tackle.
He didn't just try to make the pick. He made the pick.
Well, he did make the pick, and the pick is illegal, so they would have caught him whether he tried it or did it because he didn't do it.
Hunter Smith gets off a good kick to Benny Sutherland, who takes it at about the 7. Colt coverage is good this time. About the 22. Ryan Phillips down to make the stop. 7-3 Indianapolis.
By Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. By Citizen Eco Drive, a revolutionary watch that never needs a battery. And by Gateway, where you've got a friend in the business.
Is the season to be jolly.
Yeah, they have some good stuff here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That was a children's museum.
Garcia. Stokes makes a catch in between. Good throw and a good play, and a flag on the play.
That's the type of thing Terrell Owens, who the Colts are really worried about, was on this side. J.J. Stokes was over there on the left side. They rolled or rotated their coverage over here, so that's going to take Garcia to that side. Plus, they want to work against that corner, David Mack, anyway.
Unnecessary roughness. 34 on the defense. At 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
That's Jason Doring.
And that's 2 of those.
Yep, it's his second penalty. One was on special teams. That's the second time he tackled out of bounds. I saw Jim Mora just before the game, and he told me that Jason Doring was going to start for Bashir.
First time he's ever played.
He said he's never played a down yet of defensive football.
Beasley. Fred Beasley down just outside the 20. Stopped by Rob Morris.
Beasley makes a nice run here. He's going to come. You see, Derek Deese gets a good block right there. He gets the hook, and he keeps that out there. And then he finally pancakes his guy, Bratsky. But Beasley made a nice move there. Instead of going out of bounds, he cuts back in. Watch the block that Derek Deese gets right there. That's the block that got him to the outside. J.J. Stokes gets a little block on David Macklin, and that gets the first down.
At about the 23. Garcia back to throw it. Up the middle. Owens, and right now let's go to Los Angeles. James Brown and a game break.
Hey, Pat, take a look. Kijana Carter in for Stephen Davis, who's out with back spasms. Hands off. Great second effort on the part of Kijana. He takes it in for the score. Only the second rushing TD of the season for Washington. Up 7-0. Back to Pat Summerall and John Madden.
7-3 here. It's first and goal from the 5 for the 49ers.
Kevin Barlow's in there running back now.
Touchdown Stokes. He's become more and more of a factor in the last few weeks.
Yep, he's breaking out. As we said last week, he had 2 touchdowns. Here he gets 1. It's the type of thing, if you're going to put everything on Terrell Owens, they're going to go to J.J. Stokes. Terrell Owens goes deep, and J.J. Stokes runs that out right underneath Terrell Owens. That's not, you know, last time we did a 49er game a few weeks ago, I know that Jeff Garcia said he's really impressed with how hard that J.J. Stokes works. Even though he doesn't get the ball, that he does, and he's not getting frustrated.
Cortez extra point is good, and the 49ers have the lead.
Now that is something, a Stokes jersey in Indianapolis, you get the ball for that.
It is. Summerall with John Madden back in Indianapolis at the Dome as Cortez kicks off to Terrence Wilkins. Wilkins breaks it back to the middle. Hit by Cortez and a flag on the play.
Good tackle by Cortez.
Yeah.
Now, if you like offense, I think we're going to get a lot of it today. We have so far. The 49ers have 95 yards. The Colts have 105 yards of total offense already. This is going where both are going to be over 400.
Holding on the return team during their run back at the 10-yard penalty. First down.
Bernie Kukar, the referee. There's the tackle by Cortez. first time on television, it's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, tonight at 7, 6 Central. And following the premiere, don't miss the sneak peek at the StarWars.com documentary, R2-D2, Beneath the Dome. It's all coming at you tonight at 7, 6 Central, only on Fox. First and 10. Manning with fake again. Harrison is wide open. Out of bounds at the 49er 40.
And that was another one where Marvin Harrison, as we said, always lines up on the right side, but here he is on the left side. You see him, he'll come in motion here, makes a little move there, but is he quick? I mean, Marvin Harrison made a move that dropped Lance's shoulders. So shoulders went right to his knees. But, you know, everyone knows that Marvin Harrison is fast. And he said the thing that always surprises opponents is they don't realize how quick he is.
He says all of his opponents at one time or another remark how quick he is. Rhodes lost one.
I know that this has to surprise the 49ers. There's no way that they expected Marvin Harrison to play the left side. 49ers have really played the run well, and if they can continue to do that, then that's going to take the play fake away from Peyton Manning, because as he said, if you're going to be able to play fake well, to run play action passes, you have to be able to run well. They have to respect that.
From no huddle. Take the Rhodes. Manning going deep. Intended for Harrison, incomplete.
And that time Harrison went back to the right side. I think there's one of the reasons that you know, if they have their choice, they would rather work on Jason Webster, the right corner. So they'd rather work if they're going to go deep. And that time they put Harrison on the right side, and it was against Ahmed Plummer. You see, he's lined up right 8 times. He's lined up left, and 9 times. He's been in the slot 4 times. And again, this is a guy that never lines up on the left side.
For Harrison, 2 shots. And both too long.
And that was the matchup that they were looking for there. Harrison again on the left side against Jason Webster. And you see, here he is. You see, they get him right here. And then he's going to try and move a little like you're going inside, keep him out to the inside, and then go to the post. He ran a pretty good pattern. Peyton Manning didn't make a good throw there.
Sutherland back. Hunter Smith to punt it. Signals fair catch just inside the 10. (10-7). The 49ers over the Colts. Second quarter. 10-7. The 49ers have the ball at their own 10. 11:26 left before the half.
There's Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator, and a very good coach and a very good offensive coordinator and play caller. He's going over the electronic images with Peyton Manning. I think they'd look at that last post that he could have gotten that in there to Marvin Harrison.
Hurst. Knocked out of bounds by Washington.
Here's Jim Mora before the game. He's looking up and waving to his family. His family has his 2 sons, Michael and Stephen, there, and their wives, and 5 grandchildren.
There's another son.
His other son, Jim. Now, his wife and family is back home in California. So Michael and Stephen have their wives and 5 grandchildren here. For Colts, Jim Mora, and 49er Jim Mora, it's his brother and his nieces and nephews.
Hurst. Outside the 30, the 33.
Well, this is something. They did a story on him in the pregame show, and he and Bryant Young, that was really interesting. And you talk about a guy, determination and hard work, and loving to play. We were talking about his operations. I mean, he hurt his ankle, then he had 5 operations on it. And then, to just not quit, I mean, just to not get down and just keep rehabbing. And he said that he knew all along that he was going to be able to play again, but I don't think a lot of people in the 49er organization felt that. But that's an amazing story, Garrison Hearst.
Garcia tried to throw the screen pass to Hearst. And actually, it came down to whether they were going to try to keep Charlie Garner or have faith in Garrison Hearst. That's the choice they had to make.
Well, I think Charlie Garner was a salary cap thing,
he was.
And then they weren't even sure if Garrison Hearst at one point, I remember in training camp, they weren't even sure if he was going to make the team. But look at this. Who would have guessed this? In team rushing yards the last 4 seasons, the 49ers have rushed for more yardage than any team in football.
I would have guessed the bottom 3.
Yeah, I would never have guessed the San Francisco 49ers.
Here's Hearst again. Hit behind the line and knocked backwards. Morris tripped him up.
Rob Morris was out there. He's a middle linebacker. David Macklin's the corner. You're going to see Morris come inside, make the tackle right there, along with Macklin. So they kind of had him inside out. If he cut back, he would have cut back into Rob Morris. If he goes outside, then the corner, who has force on that side, was up in David Macklin.
Lost a little bit. Make it 3rd and 11. 3 wide receivers set up. Owens, Stokes, and Streets. J.J. Stokes at the 40. Not enough for the first. Jeff Burris right with him.
I'll say this, in the first half of this game, this Colt defense, again, they're 26th in the league. This isn't a real good defense, but they are tackling well today. Now, when you get to be 3rd down, some of these things are going to complete some, but you have to do this. You have to rally to the ball, and you have to tackle.
That's another thing they're doing. Pursuing, rallying to the ball.
Yeah, they're playing very aggressively today.
Wilkins back deep. Wilkins taken down immediately. Good coverage. Paul Smith.
Well, he didn't see Paul Smith, did he? Well, Paul Smith kind of sneaked around that corner, I think.
Fox Tuesday catch Kiefer Sutherland in a new episode of 24 at 9/8 Central right here on Fox. And if you missed the 3rd hour of 24, you can catch it tomorrow night on FX. So be sure to check your local cable listing.
Terrell Owens, I think he wants the ball here. He's caught 1 pass. You know, that happens a lot. You know, I mean, Terrell Owens doesn't always get into the game quickly. Sometimes it's into the 3rd and 4th quarter, but eventually he's going to get his passes.
Rhodes stopped by Derek Smith. The offensive leaders.
Well, you can see Peyton Manning 8 out of 12 for 126 yards, and Marvin Harrison 3 receptions for 71 yards. Averaging 23.7. That's the guy. I mean, those are the 2 guys. Dominic Rhodes isn't going to have a lot to do with this game, although I know he does have 1 touchdown. But this is going to be about Peyton Manning, his offensive line protecting, and being able to get the ball to Marvin Harrison on big plays.
Fake to Rhodes. Pass caught. Terrence Wilkins will get the Colt first down. Jason Webster on the coverage.
Here's Terrence Wilkins. You know, we talk about quickness. He does have quickness, too. He just comes under control here. Now, see what happens when he runs that out pattern. He works back a little. And then you see Peyton Manning starts to play with the play action, puts the ball out there, dips his shoulder, comes back, looks, and leads him back. You know, I mean, that's a way you can pick up. You can go sideways and then come backwards also.
Lead him away from the defender. Rhodes taken down by Derek Smith, who's made a lot of tackles already.
You know what Peyton Manning does is he studies his handoffs. and because he wants his play fakes to look exactly like his handoffs. And if you watch when he handed off to Dominic Rhodes on that play, that's the exact same action that he has when he fakes to Dominic Rhodes.
Sort of a semi-stretch.
Yeah, a stretch with the ball. A lot of quarterbacks will keep the ball in one hand and they'll fake with an open hand.
Peyton Manning fakes with the ball. Manning caught. That's Trevor Inslee who made the reception.
Trevor Inslee let go of that ball awfully quickly. Have you ever noticed when a guy takes a hit and gets hurt that he will always let the ball go? He was down on this play, but he gets hit there, and then he's going to get another hit right there
On the carpet.
I don't know when that ball came out of there. Trevor Inslee is still down now. See, he finds that hole there for Peyton Manning, takes his shot right there, and then it looks like his head hit the carpet.
Yeah.
Watch his eyes. I mean, he looks like Rockman did after Lennox Lewis hit him. Watch him. See, he gets the hit in the back. That's one hit. And looks as he turns here, and I watch his head right there.
Yeah, he got up and jogged off. But that was a pretty good hit.
Yeah, he's still trying to get everything on straight.
There's some cobwebs, yeah.
They're going to give him that, you know, that test. How many fingers and what day is it and where are you and all those types of things. Mark Rippon, the backup quarterback, was over there talking to him and laughing. Don't laugh at a man that just went through that, do you?
Who am I? Just missed. Intended for Jim Finn. Got a hand on it.
Yeah, the Colts use a fullback H-back type of guy, and sometimes it's Marcus Pollard, sometimes it'll be Jim Finn, and that's who it was on that play. And again, that play fake, the guard pull, so they give you the line pulling action and the back action to try and hold you, and then get that tight end or H-back in that hole in the middle.
Second down. Rhodes to the 49er 45. Derek Smith. That's his 7th tackle.
Yeah, the 49ers are really playing the run well.
Yep.
And they're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage against the run. I don't know that they're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage against the pass. I don't know that they've really put a lot of pressure on Peyton Manning, but they are controlling the line of scrimmage in the run. And eventually, I mean, if you're going to do something, you better start getting to this guy.
3rd and 8, shotgun. They jumped. The 49ers did. Manning taken down behind the line by Julian Peterson, but I think the 49ers were offside.
Yeah, and that was one of those things that was going to be a free play for Peyton Manning, and he just couldn't find anything to throw to. He had to run out to his right. And then on that right side, you know, that eliminates a big part of the field.
97 defense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
See, the thing that got him off was the hard count. Listen to it. You see that?
Yep.
There was that. There you go. Hut, hut, hut. You know, and that hard hut is the thing that got him to jump.
The 49ers were playing that 3-man front where Bryant Young and Dana Stubblefield are defensive ends.
And they're playing that again now. You see, here's Stubblefield right here. Bryant Young is inside. In fact, they're in the 4-man line now.
Yeah. Manning, incomplete. Intended for Wilkins. Nothing doing. And the Colts will have to punt.
49ers secondary is doing a pretty good job. You know, they're going to get some things. I mean, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, these guys are going to get some things, but you don't let them get a whole bunch of them in a row. And that's where the 49er defense is playing well against the pass.
Hunter Smith back to punt.
course, the Colts haven't been able to run at all. I mean, they're probably averaging about 1 yard per carry.
This is a good kick by Hunter Smith. Sails into the end zone just a little too far. And they'll start it at the 20. It's the new show everyone's been talking about, the best damn sports show, period. Critics are calling it the show that's a collision of sports and comedy, and just what we've been waiting for. Introducing the best damn sports show, period. Weeknights at 7:30 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. only on Fox Sports Net.
Yeah, you'd think of this 49er offensive mix now. There's a guy that has that J.J. Stokes jersey and that J.J. Stokes ball. He's not handling it very well, though. He doesn't have a good grip. If you hold it like that, I'll guarantee you will always fumble. That guy's a fumbler from way back.
More concerned with the lady sitting next to him. Chad Bratsky.
Yep. Chad Bratsky, we're talking about that high ankle sprain that he has, and being able to make that turn. Here he is, number 92. He just takes an inside move on Derek Deese and Ray Brown and just splits him. And that was one of those things, I got him, you get him. Everything was, Ray Brown was coming out, and he didn't take him, and Derek Deese didn't take him either. Chad Bratsky just split him and got to Jeff Garcia.
He's their best pass rusher, healthy or unhealthy, apparently. Garcia up the middle. That's Owens.
They'll eventually, start getting to Terrell Owens. You can see that early he wasn't happy here because he just wants to get the ball. He's a competitor. He's not yelling at any players. I think he was yelling at someone on the sideline.
I think he was, yeah.
Someone on the field, I mean.
Garcia was hit just as he let it go again. And it was Bratsky again.
And Bratsky got up for this series here. First of all, we saw him split. Now, watch what he does here. Watch the spin. You see, he starts like he's going to the outside and then spins. And when he finishes his spin, he is inside of Derek Deese.
And right in Garcia's face. Yeah.
And they know that they have to do that because Jeff Garcia gets rid of the ball quickly, doesn't take deep drops. So the pressure has to come from inside. So the defensive end has to make inside moves to get in his face.
Jason Baker. Kick can be returned and will by Wilkins to the 47. Fox tonight for the first time on television. It's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, tonight at 7/6 Central. And following the premiere, don't miss the sneak peek at the StarWars.com documentary, R2-D2, Beneath the Dome. All coming at you tonight at 7/6 Central, only on Fox.
That's Jeff Garcia's hand there. The good news is it's his left hand. You can see he's been sacked once, hit one time, hurried 4 times.
First and 10. 49ers leading by 3. Manning back to throw, steps up. Complete to Marvin Harrison. 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
Marvin Harrison is really something special. I mean, you know that he has that speed, so you have to give him a cushion because you're afraid he's going to go deep. And then because of that cushion you give him, he's going to catch those underneath passes all the time. Especially if you're playing off. If you're up on him or rotating towards him, you have a chance. But if you're off like that and he starts to give you the push, it's hard not to go with the push.
Manning with the fake to Rhodes again. Pass is caught. Wilkins fights out of it and fights to the first down. Derek Smith.
Wilkins is a little guy. He's only about 5'7", 5'8", and he's a return specialist, but he also has the quickness. And you can see him use that quickness, and then he again runs that out, and then he comes back a little. But it all starts here. We were talking about the protections. The 49er defensive line is playing the run well, but they're not putting enough pressure on Peyton Manning.
1st and 10. Rhodes is deep.
He's changing the play here.
Yep. Gives to Rhodes. Dominique Rhodes. Another Colts first down, stopped by Zach Bronson.
Zach Bronson better wrap when he gets that chance. Rhodes went down on that play, but if you don't wrap, that could have been a touchdown.
J.Garcia's hand again, his left hand, like it was stepped on. Time report, J.B. Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league. And the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up to the second stats.
It's been a pretty good drive here for the Colts, Pat. They've had 3 plays and gotten 3 first downs, 12, 13, and 13. So one of the things that, they stopped doing that little short stuff, and they're getting the ball up the field a little. Now they do huddle up once they're inside the 20-yard line or red zone.
That's enough to say he won't change it.
Well, you better hurry up.
Got rid of it. Touchdown, Harrison.
He changed it, and he changed it well, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's Peyton Manning at his best. Here's Marvin Harrison right out here. He's the wide receiver. You see that little move that he makes. Starts to the outside, makes one move. Ahmed Plummer was off him. Again, he didn't know he was going to go inside or outside. He had a 3-way go on that one. And again, it was his quickness down there, not his speed. But Peyton Manning saw something, audibilized to that play, and that's the guy he wants to get the ball to anyway. And when you give him that situation, it is going to go to Marvin Harrison.
And he really whipped it. Vanderjack's extra point is good. 14-10 Indianapolis. With a minute 57 left in the first half.
Marvin Harrison, here's Peyton Manning, obviously, and this is what he sees. Now he looks out there once and audibilizes, then he gets up. You see he makes that move, and Harrison sees that he makes a move, comes up again and makes another move, and then the result of those moves was 1 tick left. He got it out there on that post pattern, and he really put the mustard on it.
Boy, he did.
But that's something. It took him 2 times to call that play.
This is Sutherland. Denny Sutherland taken down by Jason Doring.
There's no flag on the play.
No.
I don't know when the whistle blew.
Mariucci says, you can see him say, he's down, he's down. But here come the Colts offensive players.
And again, if they called him down or down by contact, then that's not reviewable. It's in the last 2 minutes now of the half, so if there is a challenge, it would be upstairs.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Indianapolis.
Now, he was down. You see his left leg was down and his elbow before that ball came out. Now, again, Steve Mariucci can't do anything about that. That has to be called from the booth upstairs. He's pointing up to them, but there's nothing he can do. You see Bernie Kukar is going over there, and I think that they did mess up on that one, or miss that one.
Well, they had to finally call it from upstairs if he's going over, and they did, apparently. Say, let's look at it again.
Remember Bernie Kukar? He was the guy that had that Tennessee game where they got the touchdown and then they called it back and then they had some excuse.
The last play of the game.
Yeah. Now watch. See, his left leg is down there. Yeah, and his left elbow is down before the ball comes out. So So they're going to give that ball back to the 49ers because he was down before the ball came out. And it can be any one thing. It doesn't have to be a knee. Everyone said, was his knee down? It can be a foot. It can be a knee. It can be an elbow.
The ground, when his elbow hit the ground, it jarred it loose.
Yeah, but if his elbow hits the ground, you see his leg is down there first.
Right.
See, this is the first thing right there, the left leg.
After reviewing the play, the runner was down on the field. It is not a fumble. First down, San Francisco at the 43-yard line.
Unpopular in Indianapolis and on the Colts sideline.
Yeah, and it was the right call. And I'll say this about
call.
Bernie Kukar. It didn't take him long. He didn't spend a lot of time looking in there. He saw that he was down and just said 49ers ball.
That was a 51-yard return by Sutherland. The Colts lead at 14-10 with a minute 48.
Peyton Manning was out there trying to get a snap.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to do.
Yep.
Get that ball snapped, and then it can't be reviewed after it's snapped.
Always thinking. Here's Garcia. Owens. He got down after he got the first down at the 30.
You know, there can be something wrong with Owens' ankle because usually he's so good at run after the catch. He usually runs through this stuff. And you see, he darn near, it's the second time, too, in this first half that he darn near went into a slide. So I would say that Terrell Owens isn't completely healthy because normally, I mean, the strength of his game is he's so big and strong that he runs through those things.
Here's Garcia looking for somebody. Finally got his tight end, Eric Johnson, who was split out to the right by himself with 3 receivers on the left.
Yeah, and that's his second pass to Eric Johnson today. As you said, he's normally the tight end, but he is split out here. Now, they're rotating away from him, so he's usually going to be open. In fact, during a timeout, I heard Steve Mariucci say that if they're going to take the safety, if they're going to cheat over to Terrell Owens and to J.J. Stokes, then Eric Johnson has to start making some plays.
Owens goes in motion. And the handoff is to Kevin Barlow. I beg your pardon, it's Hearst. It's Hearst. And Hearst is in the end zone.
Boy, did he make a move at the line of scrimmage. He made a couple of moves, but he made a great one. He started off to the left, and he made a great quick move just before he hit the hole. You're going to see it here. Watch him come to this left right here, and here's the move right there. You see that move there? And then he cut back, and then he went all the way back against the grain. That play was called to the left side and ended up in the right end zone.
I think that was totally unexpected. They expected Garcia to throw, and Hearst ran instead.
That was his first rushing TD. There's 141 rushing attempts in his first TD. But watch this move. A little move right there and right now. He makes that move back there, and there's no way. When the burst is on here, they aren't going to get him.
Behold the legendary Lord of the Rings. Behold Gandalf, the wizard. Behold Frodo, the hobbit. And now they're not just to behold, they're to be held. Now at Burger King, when you behold and buy a Whopper value meal, even when you hold the...
J.B. Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up-to-the-second stats. 17-14, 49ers.
Yeah, that was one of the things they worried about Garrison Hearst. You know, did he still have that quick cutting ability after those 5 operations on the ankle, and did he have the burst? And on that last play, the touchdown play, he showed both.
Cortez, kickoff. Terrence Wilkins thought about staying in the end zone and then decided to come out. Quincy Stewart took him down. Just under a minute left. And the way these offenses operate, that's plenty of time.
Yeah, and, you know, because not only is a minute left, but the Colts still have 2 timeouts. So that is plenty of time. And we just looked at Garrison Hearst, and the thing that impresses me about him when I watch him practice, he has fun. The game is still fun.
At
The same thing
practice.
about Peyton Manning. He's the same. It's the same guy. You just had 2 shots there of both guys that football is really fun to.
Here's Peyton Manning underneath. Rhodes.
These are the situations that Peyton Manning loves. I mean, where he can control the plays. There's Ahmed Plummer, the starting corner. He lost the shoot, so he had to come off.
Harrison gets the first down and timeout. Indianapolis has 1 left.
Hey, Hallie Eisenberg drinking a Pepsi.
Back at the Dome in Indianapolis. 17-14, 49ers lead it. The Colts have the ball, 1 timeout left.
Marvin Harrison already has 6 catches for over 100 yards.
Pass is picked off by Ahmed Plummer.
Ahmed Plummer.
A long throw for Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but it was to Marvin Harrison, and they finally figured that that's his go-to guy. Peyton Manning knew that it was a bad throw. We see Marvin Harrison out here, and again, that time Ahmed Plummer had that cushion, but he didn't go back. He didn't respect the deep play. He just waited, and then when Marvin Harrison started to come under control to make that out pattern, Ahmed Plummer gets a jump on it. And Plummer, a second-year guy, and has really matured into a pretty good corner. Just 2 plays ago, he had to go out because he only had 1 shoe. He went in, got re-shoed, and then came back out and got an interception.
Now, the 49ers have all 3 of their timeouts left and 23 seconds. And here's Hearst.
He's looking for that same play again. That's kind of a surprise call there. Although with all your timeouts, you can run a play there to try and catch them off guard.
They just used 1 of them. 15 seconds left. 17-14.
And now the Colts just took a timeout, Pat.
That's their last.
The 49ers took a timeout to stop the clock. And then they just came up to the line of scrimmage, and the Colts took a timeout. Again, the 49ers right now need about 10 more yards to get in field goal range. Although I was watching in the pregame warm-up, and Jose Cortez was kicking 60-yard field goals. So you don't know, you don't want to try a 60-yarder, but he did. In fact, I think he made 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 from 60 yards, yeah. Listen to this. This is a pregame here. That's a 60-yarder right there. There's another 60-yarder right here. And that was back from where they are now. It'd be about this right in the same position.
On 2nd down, Garcia to throw it and steps up, throws down the middle to his tight end, Eric Johnson.
Now that 60-yarder is academic.
Yep.
Now they're in that 46-yard range.
49er timeout, their second one. And they won't take a chance.
You got wheels? You need a safe.
Chance to get ready to go out after the next play because the 49ers with 10 seconds are going to go for 1 more offensive play.
And they have 1 more, their last timeout.
And that's why they can do this.
Garcia back to throw it. Throws it away. Almost hurt a cheerleader.
Yeah, well, he was in that area. Once you get outside that tight end box, then you can throw it away to avoid a rush. He was trying to hit his tight end. He was trying to get the ball to Eric Johnson, and Johnson was covered. Then that made him bring it back down, and he got flushed out to the right, and he had nothing over here to the right, so he just threw it away.
Cortez made his first one from 30. This one's from 46.
And Steve Mariucci said, I don't want a 3-iron here.
Baker the hole. That would have been good from 60. He really ripped that one.
I think he likes this indoor thing because
I think he does.
He's a happy Cortez, but I was watching him at pregame and he was kicking them all like that.
49ers head for the locker room along with the Colts, but San Francisco leading by 6, 20-14.
Want to make this a Thanksgiving to remember?
You'll need this from your local Fox station.
Bill!
Back at the Dome in Indianapolis. On the way to the locker room at the end of the first half, our man Ron Pitts talked with Jim Mora, the head coach of the Colts. Let's go down.
Coach, what are the biggest adjustments you got to make offensively and defensively here at half?
No, those aren't the problems. The problems are we can't cover kickoffs. We've given him 10 points off of the fact that we haven't covered kickoffs well. Then we give him 3 more on an interception, so that's 13 points.
Good luck second half, Coach.
All right, again, let's send you back down to Ron Pitts.
All right, Pat, here I'm with Coach Steve Mariucci. Coach, we talked about this being a high-scoring game, maybe a little bit of a shootout, and it looks like it's forming up to be that.
Well, you've got 2 real good quarterbacks playing with some explosive offenses, and we're going to have to score more points to win this game.
Talk to me about Garrison Hurst to get his first touchdown since 90. I know that was big for him, but you guys are running the ball. You got good balance as well.
It was nice to see him get in the end zone on a run. He did it once already in the passing game, but, boy, he's playing good, and we're proud of him. We got to keep running the football, though. I don't want to make this a passing shootout. We've got to be able to run the ball and control the clock. Keep Peyton Manning on the sideline.
Good luck second half, Coach. Thanks. Pat, back up to you.
Coming up the second half, here are the first half statistics, John.
You know, and look at the difference. See, the 49ers have been able to run. They run for 81 yards, and the Colts really haven't been able to run. They've only run for 37 yards, but still, even though Peyton Manning loves to run that play pass, you look at here, 215 yards of passing, total yardage of 252, and that only thing was just before that halftime was that turnover that Jim Mora was talking about.
Yep.
That gave the 49ers and led to the 49ers getting 3 more points.
Well, that was a long kickoff return. They reviewed the play. J.Garcia's got a glove on his left hand now.
Yeah, they worked on some kind of cut that he had on his left hand in the first half, and finally worked on it some more at halftime.
Sutherland. This time the coverage is good. To the 25.
I'm sure that's what Jim Mora talked about. Let's look at the first half of Jeff Garcia's passing chart. The yellow ones being complete and the red incomplete. And you can see that most of them are on the shorter variety here, around 10 yards and under. He's really only thrown 1 ball here, the one completion that was up to that left side, much deeper than 10 yards. So it's kind of that West Coast short passing game, and every once in a while you take a shot. I think they should in the second half stretch the defense a little more.
There we go.
Fred Beasley gets the carry. This is a big defensive sequence here for Indianapolis.
And then, you know, like Steve Mariucci said, he doesn't want to get into a shootout with Peyton Manning.
Right.
And to do that, he wants to be able to run the ball, and then that'll take time off the clock, keep Peyton Manning on the sideline, and all those types of things. But you still want to move the ball down the field and score.
Beasley got 6, 2nd and 4. No backs.
This has to be a pass.
Garcia gets it up to Terrell Owens. That'll be enough for a 49er first down.
And Terrell Owens looked a little better there, but he's still not running after he catches the ball. And, you know, we saw it in the first half and made mention that a couple times he caught the ball and then just went down. So he's caught 4 passes. That was his 4th there for 49 yards. And usually the thing he does, he's so much bigger and so much stronger than the defensive backs that are covering him. But once he catches the ball, he can run right through their tackles. But he's not doing that.
First down. Garcia back to throw it. Looking and chased by Gretzky. The turn of it picked off by Jeff Burris. Burris gets the turnover for Indianapolis.
And you know who you have to give credit on that play, too, is Ryan Phillips, the middle linebacker, because Garcia was trying to get Eric Johnson, the tight end, down the middle. He had him on a linebacker. Ryan Phillips ran step for step for Eric Johnson. and then he couldn't get him, so he had to come off. And you see, he's still trying to get the ball to Eric Johnson here, but it's way too late. Initially, right off the bat, it was a cover 2, and the linebacker was on the tight end, what they were looking for, but the linebacker won that coverage.
Rhodes, the deep back, the single back. Fake to him. Manning throws. Pass caught. That's Marcus Pollard. Incomplete.
This is one that, you look at this now. Now the ball can touch the carpet if he has control of it.
He hasn't touched yet.
I think that's a catch. I don't know.
Too.
Yeah, they ruled that incomplete. Hasn't touched the ground. The ball never touched the ground. And his elbow goes down first. That has to be a completed pass.
They're going to review it. There comes the red flag out from...
Well, someone upstairs in Jim Mora's staff saw the same thing that we just saw.
Yep.
Indianapolis has challenged the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass.
Bernie Kukar will come over and have a look. This one's a complete pass.
You know, Marcus Pollard is an interesting guy. He's in his 7th year in the league. Didn't play college football. He was a basketball player at Bradley. And he can make a lot of moves and do a lot of things like a basketball player. Look at Jim Mora here.
Yeah.
1 reversal and 16 replay challenges. Whoa. That's the worst percentage in the NFL, but he has to win this one. I mean, there's nothing that Bernie Kukar, the referee, can see there that would say that that's not a catch. Again, remember that they ruled it incomplete, so this has to be indisputable evidence.
He hadn't hit the ground yet.
To me, that's indisputable, if that's the word. And you can see there that it didn't hit the ground, and you'll see his knee go down, and he had control of the ball when his knee went down, so that has to be a catch.
Well, the crowd obviously thinks it is.
Well, they're probably watching the same thing up there that we are. Here's Marcus Pollard after that play when they ruled it incomplete. He's telling the sidelines, throw the flag, review that one. But I don't think you review it on what the player says. I think it's one of those things where they have monitors upstairs, and one of Jim Mora's assistants saw it and told him to challenge it.
Here comes Bernie.
It has to be a catch.
If he loses this one,
Mora's percentage has to go up.
Yeah, it does.
After reviewing the play, it is a catch. The ball will be placed on the 23-yard line. No charge timeout for Indianapolis.
Well, here's Marcus Pollard saying that it was a catch, and that smile on his face. Now, here's the Mora family. I have no idea who they're rooting for.
Is there happiness or?
No, it's their dad just won that thing, but it was against their brother. You know, their grandfather just won it, but it was against their uncle.
1st and 10 for the Colts at about the 49ers 21.5.
Yeah, I know, and talking to both the Jim Moras, the Colt Jim Mora and the 49er Jim Mora, neither one of them like to be playing against each other. This isn't something they look forward to.
And neither one of them like to lose.
That comes first.
Who does? The screen pass to the tight end, Dilger.
Look at Peyton Manning's passing chart here, and you can see that he threw the ball a little deeper than Jeff Garcia, because all Jeff Garcia's passes were kind of in this area, but you can see that Peyton Manning and the Colts do tend to stretch it. Throwing to the left here, throwing to the right here. You know, both sides going no huddle, keeping the 49ers a little off balance. Very successful passing and not successful running.
Here's a handoff to Rhodes, and Rhodes gets inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
I'm sure that the 49ers, defense talked about, okay, we're doing all right on the, on the line of scrimmage against the run, but we have to get some pass rush on Peyton Manning. So now they start to get some angles to get some pass rush, and maybe that will create some running lanes.
Well, they're last in the league in putting pressure on the passer.
Yeah, and they don't like to blitz either. So, you know, if you don't blitz and you're last in the league and putting on pressure, you get in that dilemma.
Manning, I think, got him again. The flag is down. Like the left defensive end might have jumped.
Yeah, because there's a flag on both sides. If Manning knew that he got him, he should have thrown to the end zone instead of that little flat pass. But who am I to say anything about Peyton Manning?
Offside,
his throw.
95 defense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
J.Engelberger.
Yeah, there he is right there. They used to let him get in the neutral zone if they didn't make contact and then get back. And now if someone else moves on the offense, then it's a penalty against them.
First and goal from the 3. Rhodes the deep back. And he gets the handoff. Got close. About a yard shy.
He had to run off of Bryant Young. Bryant Young got penetration over there on that side. He got about 3 yards deep. Rhodes got the ball and had to run off of that block awfully quickly. What's your penetration? You're going to see penetration right here. You see, and that's the thing that made Rhodes make that cut with number 97, Bryant Young.
Second and goal.
Little Waverly Jackson now, number 74, is a tight end.
There's the stand-up walking touchdown.
That's the second walk-in for Dominic Rhodes today.
2020.
We're seeing 2 very good NFL offenses or 2 not-so-good NFL defenses.
2 very good quarterbacks, as Mariucci said.
And then here you see the trap. The left guard pulls and traps right there. Dominic Rhodes hit it just as his left guard, Larry Moore, made contact.
The extra point is good, and again, the Colts have the lead, 21-20. Be a lot of points scored before this day is over.
You football fans everywhere.
Back at the Dome in Indianapolis. The Colts have the lead by a point. Set to kick it off with 10:56 left in the third quarter.
This is the area where Jim Mora was upset at halftime, and he said, we haven't covered a kick worth a darn. Covered the first one pretty well this half.
That's a short one.
Now. Yep, he was right. They're not covering kickoffs very well. But as you said, that wasn't a good kickoff.
No, it was not
either.
Catch and fly without ever leaving the ground. Where you can live in the future before it even arrives. When you cross into the blue, everything is different and important. Especially you.
Malcolm's in love, but can his parents handle it?
This is all your fault. You're the one who bought him that acne medicine. He's still goofy looking.
Malcolm, an all-new special edition Fox Wednesday.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
That young man has been in that position for a long time.
Yeah, hey, Mr. Madden, any leftovers? No leftovers. All we got is carcasses, but I will do this. I will circle multi-times.
We got some pie left. Here's Kevin Barlow.
I guess, yeah, we're talking about, here comes a flag.
There's a hat out there.
And there's a flag coming in late, thrown a long way. We're talking about launch points of quarterbacks. That official had a launch point.
Whose hat? There it is.
Marcus Washington. If no one claims it, I'll just wear it. I think that was a penalty right there. I mean, that was a late hit and knocked the hat off the official all at the same time. It was Fred Beasley coming in there late.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 40 of the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty, still first down.
Boy, Beasley got a lot on that one. He got a 15-yard penalty.
Got the hat.
Got the hat, and he also got a Colt. But that's not what you want.
Makes it first down and about 18. Clock running. And the handoff is to Barlow.
Kevin Barlow has, I think, been a pleasant surprise, and it's a good combination. You know, you give Garrison Hearst the ball, then you bring in a Kevin Barlow. He has a quad injury, and he's not the same right now, but I think that combination when Kevin Barlow gets healthy is going to be good. Now they have to get Garrison Hearst in there on passing downs because of the blitzes and the pass patterns. In fact, here's Garrison Hearst now lined up out here. But those types of things that Barlow's not real sure of.
Garcia running. Has to throw it away as he was chased out of the pocket. He had no blockers back in the backfield with him, and the Colts blitz. There's nobody to pick him up.
Yeah, and that's a good time to do it. And they're going to see that Josh Williams, number 96, is putting the pressure on him, too. That was a zone dog. You see Ellis Johnson, the tackle, he dropped off, and then they brought the blitzes. There's the receivers on that side, and he had to run now, and he can't throw it till right now. And when he gets ready to throw it, he had to throw it out of bounds.
3rd and 12. A little noise from the crowd. Garcia back to throw. Has to step up, and down he goes.
That's Chucky Wakori made that play. Chucky Wakori from Purdue.
Chucky.
You're going to see he's going to get up the field, and then as Jeff Garcia starts to run inside, Chucky Wakori comes underneath to make that tackle. You see what he went for the ball too. He was not only going for a sack, but he was going for a strip and a fumble.
Jason Baker back to punt for San Francisco. And it's a dandy. Wilkins. Terrence Wilkins fighting for yards. Gets to about the 22 where the Colts will take over. 21-20 as a little scuffle breaks out.
At the Home Depot, we're driving down the cost of home improvement. Now through December 2nd, you can put zero money down.
At 7/6 Central. Following that premiere, don't miss the sneak peek at the StarWars.com documentary. R2-D2. R2-D2. Beneath the Dome. It's all coming at you tonight at 7/6 Central, only on Fox. Changing the play, 1st and 10. Rhodes still on his feet. Lance Schulters knocked him out of bounds.
I'll tell you one thing, the Colts have stayed with the run because this is the 18th time that Rhodes has carried the ball. And you see Gilger gives him a lead there, but doesn't really get a block. The only good thing that Gilger did is get out of the way. And Rhodes just kept bouncing. They were trying to get a lead. You know, that thing with that H-back leg again, like they'd run early. Ken Gilger was the leader. He just kind of got in the way. And as he got in the way, Dominic Rhodes used him.
Manning fakes to him. Fires deep. Incomplete. Intended for Wilkins.
You know, one of the things about Dominic Rhodes, we were talking about him and how he was an intern with the Cowboys, and he was telling the story that one night he was in there and he was getting a haircut, and the guy was about halfway through, and Emmitt Smith walked in. So he said, here he is at his turn. He had to jump out of the chair. So he walked around for a while with a halfway haircut. Well, he got Emmitt Smith's hair. He wanted to play for the Cowboys or get drafted by the Cowboys. No one drafted him. Signed with the Colts, and as I said earlier, number 33 for Tony Dorsett.
Manning gets it out. The 49ers were blitzing. Dilger.
There's the thing, when he feels that, he's going to look right down. He knows that he doesn't have time, and his hot receiver is his tight end, Ken Dilger, and that's one of the reasons that Peyton Manning, that the Colts don't have a lot of sacks or take a lot of sacks, because Peyton Manning reads so well and gets rid of the ball so quickly.
They'll measure for the first. Looks like they got it.
You see Trevor Inslee's going in there now. That'll mean that they think they have the first down, which they do, and on first down they're going to go with 3 wide receivers. And then that brings in nickel for the 49ers, and that's the thing that Tom Moore is trying to do is let them know. In other words, they know that they're going 3 wide receivers, and then he wants to get the nickel defense in there. And sometimes on first down, then you have a 2-way go, either throw against their nickel or run against their nickel.
Caught by Wilkins. Enough for a first.
Well, they drafted Reggie Wayne, number 1, to be that other receiver on the other side of Marvin Harrison. And he's been injured. They've had a lot of injuries at that position, but Peyton Manning has confidence. I mean, he has confidence wherever his reads take him, he's going to go to. Now, he's going to Marvin Harrison most of the time, but if his reads take him away from that, he'll also get it to Wilkins. And that's not bad.
First and 10. Just got it off. In the direction of Wilkins. Good coverage. Zach Bronson right back there with him.
And one thing we know about Peyton Manning having the broken jaw, and he has a thing inside the front, a retainer. He has one in the back that he's always had. He's wearing a mouthpiece now, but he's still making those calls on the line of scrimmage. And that time there was nothing there. Zach Bronson got over the top. What you hope on that play is that the safety doesn't get over there. You try and hold him in the middle to get that pass. When the safety does get over, it's a tough play to make.
Second and 10. Outside the road. Plummer up to make the hit first.
You know, there's Peyton Manning, and he never, until he broke that jaw 3 weeks ago, he never wore a mouthpiece. He said because it was, you know, he likes to audibilize so much, and it was hard to hear and hard to understand. And he said, but he found out that you throw with your teeth. Until he broke the jaw, he didn't know that you threw with your teeth. I never heard that in my life.
I haven't either.
And he said you throw with your teeth. And I don't know that he even has one in now.
He says now, it only hurts me when I sneeze and yawn. Those things happen unexpectedly. And there goes Manning. Throws it incomplete.
You know, here's the injury where the whole broken jaw started. But from his right side, he's going to get hit. The helmet right there. You see right in the jaw. Broke the jaw. And again, they put a retainer, the wires in his front teeth.
The jaw is broken just below his front teeth. Right down the middle.
Had a chin there.
Vanderjack, 54 yards away.
And he has enough leg for this.
That's going to get it there. But wide right. He kicks the field goals further than he kicks the kickoffs. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Colts by 1.
Over the years, I've learned that when something works, you stick with it. There you go. After bypass surgery a few years ago.
Could a mid-sized sedan bring joy to your life? It can if it has a powerful V6, plenty of room for 5, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. Introducing the new Hyundai Sonata. Life is better with one.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. By Zocor, talk to your doctor about Zocor today. By Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we'll pick you up. And by Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
This past weekend, the busiest shopping weekend. We got a busy game going on right now. Here's Garcia back to throw it and throws it to Owens, crossing and crosses into Colt territory. Jason Doring.
I'll tell you one thing, the 49ers have gotten good field position. You know, it seems like every time they get the ball, they're about midfield. Here we see Terrell Owens is a slot guy just coming underneath. And again, not turning the ball upfield, but running out of bounds. See, their starting position has been on their own 37. That's pretty good. But see, Terrell Owens is catching passes, but he doesn't look like Terrell Owens to me today.
Hearst straight ahead. Scioli made the stop.
And he looks like that ankle is bothering him, and he can run, he can get open, but when he does get the ball, he's either going to get down or he's going to get out of bounds. He's done that on every pass that he's caught today. Having said that, I still say this is one of the best receivers in all of football.
Here's Hearst again. This time, the Colts are up to it. Marcus Washington.
Yeah, great defense. That's exactly what you want to do. Is anytime you get a ball carrier, you want to string him out. You want to keep his shoulders perpendicular to the line of scrimmage rather than square the line of scrimmage. You see, watch him. They keep him perpendicular, Don't let him square. See, he never did get his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage.
David Macklin stayed right with him. Hearst is still shaken up on the sideline. Barlow's taking his place. Third and long. Garcia drops. And here comes the heat. Bratsky with a spin move again.
Yep, that's exactly what Bratsky was telling us they want to do. Is he said they got to collapse the pocket on Garcia. That's that same spin move that he made earlier. And you see the advantage of that is going to spin and spin to the inside. And when he comes out of that spin, again, he's right in Jeff Garcia's face because Jeff Garcia is stepping up.
Wilkins standing back at the 10-yard line for Jason Baker.
I'm surprised that Derek Deese has gotten beaten twice by that same move. Derek Deese is a very smart player.
Straight up. Wilkins signaled fair catch and makes it at about the 15. That one almost hit the roof. The Colts take over, leading by a point. With the undisputed champion of pregame shows, Fox NFL Sunday. Then the Lions take on the Bears, then the Rams battle the Falcons in an NFC West showdown. Plus other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, here on Fox.
And we'll be in Atlanta for that Rams-Falcons game, huh?
I haven't seen the Falcons this year.
I think Terry Bradshaw was talking about them today in the pregame show about being a playoff team. He was using that P word for them already.
They're a surprising team, I know that. Dominic Rhodes, ball carrier, not much.
Look where guys carry their helmets. I mean, the way they just wear them on their head like that, and where they put their mouthpieces. See, their mouthpieces are in the thing, and now they have a dental program on the sideline for dental emergencies. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Here's Peyton Manning. Incomplete. Pollard.
Look at this here, Pat. On the sideline, emergency treatment of athletic dental injuries. You know, the other night in Detroit, I swear.
Yeah.
I'm watching television night before Thanksgiving, and they had highlights. And I saw a hockey game, and a guy gets hit in the mouth, and his tooth gets knocked out. But his tooth gets knocked out and goes over his head.
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you see?
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
How does the tooth get knocked out and go over your head? I've never seen that. That's darn near impossible.
I hope it doesn't go out through the top.
Well, they even telestrated it. They even showed it going over his head and doing like somersaults.
Manning, pass is picked off. That one got away from him. That's Zach Bronson. Bronson down the sideline. Bronson is going to put the 49ers ahead.
Peyton Manning knows that one. Zach Bronson's a free safety, and he was just sitting back there. Watch him. He's just going to be back in the middle. Just see him sitting in the middle. He's a free safety. He's reading the quarterback, reading the eyes. He just gets a perfect jump in the ball. The ball's overthrown. Now watch the move that he makes here. Most guys would go out of bounds. You see, by cutting right back in there, he got a touchdown instead of being knocked out at the 10-yard line.
Cortez for the extra point.
That's when you always tell your quarterback, never throw in the middle when the free safety's sitting in the middle.
That one looked as if it slipped out of his hand and just took off.
Well, it was for Trevor Inslee. You're looking, and he's going to the left, and he has plenty of time. And it did slip, but there's still no way that you throw that. You don't throw that post in there if the free safety's sitting there. I'm sure that somewhere his dad, Archie, or his brother, Eli, is watching this and saying the same thing. Peyton,
don't
never
throw it in there.
Throw the ball in the middle of the field in the post if the free safety's sitting there. It's his 5th interception return for a touchdown. A lot of that, you know, the more confidence the quarterback has in his arm, you know, the more he'll tend to do those things. But I don't know that that was confidence in the arm as much as just a bad read.
It got away from him, too.
Yeah, but I mean, we saw Zach Bronson just sitting there. I mean, Zach Bronson didn't come like from over on the side or something. He was sitting right there in the middle of the field. And when you make a run back like that, the first thing you know, guys are patting you in the back and stuff. The first thing you look for is oxygen.
Then you look at somebody to pat you on the back.
No, because you know what? I mean, you know that once you get an interception, that there's going to be a kickoff, then you have to go back in on defense again. So you have to get re-oxygenated.
There's another new word.
Yeah, when your supply of oxygen is down, then you replenish your oxygen. That's what Zach Bronson is doing on the sideline. And then you know that, you know, you get to pull your socks up, maybe take one drink of Gatorade or something, and you're back on the field.
But re-oxygenated.
Re-oxygenated.
Yeah.
Re-oxygenated.
Yeah, that's good. Wilkin. Not much. So the Colts right back on offense. Moore with a message for Manning.
And, you know, one thing about, you know, when something like that happens, you know, Tom Moore is not going to lose any confidence in Peyton Manning. But more importantly, Peyton Manning's not going to lose any confidence in Peyton Manning. And he's going to come back, and I wouldn't be surprised if this first play is another throw right here. One thing we have to mention, remember the Colts started the game with no huddle. They're going back to huddling now, and they're more normal offense. After means alert.
Hit by Bryant Young.
Again, that penetration, and the 49ers have been doing an excellent job for the most part of getting penetration. You watch Bryant Young right there, and that's the one thing you have to get as a defensive lineman against the run, You look at that play. Bryant Young was 5 yards into the offensive backfield of the Colts.
Second and long.
Bryant Young's a heck of a player, and he's another guy that's a heck of a guy, too. I mean, not all real good players are real good guys, but Bryant Young is.
Pass to Rhodes. Tripped up again by Bryant Young.
He read that one. You know, defensive linemen are really getting good at reading screens. You know, anytime they see that back hang around there, you see Bryant Young, he's going to start up. He's getting double teamed, but he sees Rhodes right there. You see when he looked?
Yeah.
And there's no way. Then you stop your rush. Then you stop worrying about that offensive guy you're trying to beat, and you go to the running back who's trying to hang around the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 15. The 2 plays stopped by Young. And the Colts have lost 5 yards.
Because of that penetration by Bryant Young.
San Francisco timeout. Fox Tuesday. Catch Kiefer Sutherland in a new episode of 24 at 9/8 Central right here on Fox. And if you missed the 3rd hour of 24, you can catch it tomorrow night on FX. So be sure to check your local cable listing. Third and long.
There's Jim Mora, 49er Jim Mora. I think he had too many men in there, and he was upset about having to use that timeout.
Not Mora Jr. He gets upset about that, too.
No, he's not Mora Jr. He's 49er Mora. You got Colt Mora, his dad Mora, and you got son Mora, who's 49er Mora.
Manning. Chase throws across the middle. Harrison scampers. He is quick.
He is quick, and he knew exactly where that first down marker was, didn't he? I mean, the minute that he got that, he's looking at that marker. Watch him. He's coming on across. He starts out there now. Manning is running out to that side. He hits Marvin Harrison on the run, and Marvin Harrison sees that thing. This is a heck of a throw. When you're running to your left, and you have to throw back a little, but he hit Marvin Harrison right in stride. Then Harrison saw that first down marker and just got beyond it.
7 catches. Rhodes. Just a couple.
Up easy, guys, up easy.
Well, someone knocked him back where he came from. I bet it was Lance Schulters. I think it was. And when someone hits like that coming up from the secondary, and it's a 49er second, it has to be Lance Schulters. That was a John Lynch type of hit. You know, he's that strong safety. Here's the strong safety. Now watch him come in. You're going to see he's going to come in right there.
Yep.
See, that was the end of Rhodes.
That's one you can hear.
I'm sure that Dominique Rhodes can feel. That's that 8th man in the box. Anytime you get the safety up there like Ron, you have 8 men.
On 2nd and 7. Manning tried to drop it out to Rhodes. Traffic was coming in his direction.
Now, Rhodes has all the things. You see, he got a big old mouthpiece and a big old chin strap, and he got the nose strip up there. Between his chin and his eyes, there's not much left that's uncovered, is there?
No.
But I didn't know until Peyton Manning told us the other day that you throw with your teeth. I mean, I would never have thought that. Of all the things, I thought, well, you break your jaw, then you learn that you throw with your teeth.
Manning. Intercepted by Holman. Bounced up in the air. Flag on the play.
Yeah, and that was trying to force it in there to Inslee again. I think if you're going to force it, that's a second interception he's had trying to throw to Trevor Inslee. I think if you're going to force something, I would sure as heck force it to Marvin Harrison. The second half is not one of Peyton Manning's better days.
Holding 97 during the run back after the interception. 15 yards, first down San Francisco.
Watch this, yeah.
He gets it in here to Inslee. It's a little behind him and low.
And bounce perfectly.
When things are bouncing right, that's going to happen. Rashad Holman is number 26. He's the nickel defensive back. The Colts are using a lot of 3 wide receivers. So, of course, anytime you go 3 wide receivers, that brings Holman, the rookie Holman, in as the nickel back, the nickel corner, the 3rd corner.
49ers leading at 27-21.
This is a big series for both teams.
Barlow gets the carry.
We look at this, and Peyton Manning has thrown those interceptions, but he hasn't had a heck of a lot of pressure. He hasn't been sacked yet.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score of the 49ers 27, the Colts 21. Fox NFL Sunday from Indianapolis will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
You're watching the NFL.
And what the rule is once a quarterback throws an interception, he now becomes a defender, so you have to go after him. O'Keefe really caught Peyton Manning. What? Peyton Manning thinks he's going to make a tackle. He gets knocked right out of the screen.
2nd and 5. Owens goes in motion. Garcia back to throw it. Got Owens. Touchdown.
That's something. It's just a matter of time. So he's not Terrell Owens all day today, but again, he gets behind. And you see here, now he has the ball. He's going to fumble it when he gets in the end zone. You have to put it away. But the ball does cross the goal line.
While he has it.
49ers are going to go for 2 on this play.
Go for 2.
That was something. He was wide open on that. We're going to work on David Macklin. They got David Macklin that time.
Going for 2. Garcia. Intercepted.
That's it. He can't bring it out.
Right.
Can't run with it.
J.J. Stokes was the intended receiver. Slipped through his hands. And it's 33-21.
They all laughed at Christopher Columbus when he said the world was round.
MC, from professional grade people come professional grade SUVs. By Miller Lite, grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. By DirecTV, the #1 satellite entertainment provider. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
San Francisco 33, Indianapolis 21. In the home of the Colts. Wilkins deep for Cortez kickoff at the 1. No place to go.
Yeah, if we look at the touchdown again, we're going to see here's Terrell Owens here. He'd come in motion to get over to that position. Now that puts him on the strong safety, Chad Cota. He's going to come up and then give an out and an up move. And watch this. You see here, you see Cota come up when he goes out. You see him start to go out. Then Cota comes up. Now once he gets Chad Cota coming up, he knows that he can run right by him. Jeff Garcia also knows that he can run right by him. And then look at this 2-point conversion. You see why that ball didn't get to J.J. Stokes. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10. Colts. Manning gives to Rhodes. And Rhodes gets out past the 25, 26.
I'll tell you one thing, they are staying with that run.
Yep.
They talked about the duos and what they do, and 2 of them are in this game. Favre to Antonio Freeman, and Peyton Manning to Marvin Harrison. That's 44 touchdowns. And then, of course, Garcia to Terrell Owens.
Colts going back to no huddle. Rhodes hit the officials. Or could have gotten more than he hit his own man.
Yeah, I think he hit a lot of things. He was just running in here with his head down, and you're going to see here's a good block right there that frees him. He makes a move right there, runs into his own guy. If he doesn't run into his own guy, he's going to get 5 more yards.
Larry Moore.
I'll tell you this, though, the Colts are staying with the run.
1st and 10. Rhodes again. Burrows for a yard. Engelberger closed down.
You don't want to stay with the run, too much. I mean, at some point you got to get, when you're a couple scores down, you have to start chopping away at that thing. Here again, they're speeding it up. They're going there, no huddle.
2nd and 9. 8 make it. Fake it to Rhodes. Manning looking. And the pass is caught by Rhodes right on the sideline. What a catch.
And that was great coverage by the 49ers because P.Manning had a good play fake, and you're going to see that here that there's no pass rush. You see, he gets a play fake, and he's looking and looking and looking. He looks to his left. He looks to the middle. He runs out here to the right, and he finally, right at the end, finds Dominic Rhodes. I'll tell you, that was great coverage by the 49ers because he had no place to go, and he had to kind of force that one in.
Yes, he did. 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 44. Kevin McDougal is the ball carrier this time.
And they get a pretty good block there by Ryan Deem, the right guard. That was a trap. They're using a lot of traps on the runs, and they're using traps on the play passes. So that's the thing that he's talking about. If you're going to fake this, if you're going to take your guard and pull him like that and make these plays, good block right there, and you run right off it, then you can use that same line action and back action to throw the ball.
2nd and 2. Rhodes. Fumble. Fighting for the extra yardage. You see it happen time and time again.
That's Zach Bronson. Remember earlier, Zach Bronson is the guy that got the interception. Now Zach Bronson is going to be the guy that jumps on the fumble. As you say, Pat, the more you fight for the ball, the more fight for yardage, the more you leave the ball out there, and the more opportunity there is for someone to come in and knock it out like that.
That's exactly what happened. Bobby Setzer knocked it loose.
What do you give? What gift?
Him to check his jaw. That's how they check jaws. Doctor said you probably got hit like that up there underneath, and Setzer said, yeah. And then he says, I can't yawn or sneeze.
I'm okay. That's Barlow. Enough for a 49er first down.
If you look back historically at the 49ers, and they do so well rushing, and you go all the way back to the Bill Walsh days, I always thought that they got more rushing in this situation. When the fourth quarter, get them in the fourth quarter, and you do your passing to win the games, and you do your running to get time of possession and run time off the clock.
With guys like that right there, Tom Rathman.
Tom Rathman, he was a heck of a back for the 49ers, now an assistant coach.
But they got a lot done with guys you never heard of.
Oh yeah, because they would win the games with the pass.
Guys like Earl Cooper.
Yeah, but I mean the guys that did the winning were the Joe Montanas and the Jerry Rices and those guys, and you worry about them, and then someone else runs the ball. Although I like this combination that they have now. Beasley, who we just saw as a blocker, the Garrison Hurst, Kevin Barlow, a young player who's going to develop into a pretty good running back, I think.
You look around for who are the good fullbacks. One of them is Beasley. If not the best one.
And they like their tight end, Eric Johnson. Yeah. They think that he's going to become something special.
Pass incomplete. Owens limping a little bit right now for a game break. Let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, Carolina finally on the board, and it comes as Chris Winkie looking downfield. Great coverage. Third rushing touchdown of the season for Winkie. Only 4 rushing touchdowns totally for Carolina, but it's 10-7 Atlanta. That in the fourth. Back to Pat and John.
33-21, the 49ers over the Colts.
49ers haven't done a good job on third down. They're only 1 of 6 conversions today.
Blitz showing. Incomplete.
Now they're 1 of 7.
Owens, the target.
The 49ers aren't as sharp. I mean, remember we saw them a couple of weeks ago against the Saints. They looked a lot sharper and their offense was more crisp than it is today.
When we started, I didn't agree with you about Owens not feeling well, not being himself. Now I do. You can see it.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, anytime he gets in the middle of the field, there's just one defensive back there, and he goes down. You know that's not, Terrell Owens.
Wilkins back deep. Flag on the play. Wilkins lets it bound, and the 49ers down it at about the 2. But there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Jason Baker even gotten in a pushing contest. It was Chucky Wakore that was back there with him. It was Wakore and Baker who were doing the pushing, so it's either a roughing penalty against Wakore.
It might be holding against the 49ers.
And maybe Chucky Wakore had nothing to do with it.
Maybe so. They're going to bring it back and make him do it again.
Holding 56 of the kicking team. The 10-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Terry Killens.
That had nothing to do with it. I just wanted to say Chucky Wakore because we have a Chucky Wakore in this game.
But you like
and
to
a
say it.
Cheeky O'Keefer.
And you like to say it.
Yeah, we got a Cheeky and a Chucky. And you know the funny thing about Cheeky and Chucky is they both went to the same college.
Yep.
They were teammates at Purdue. But I saw on that one, I saw Chucky back there. I didn't see Cheeky. Oh, you can only have so many Chuckies and Cheekys.
You can just have so many. You're right. Wilkins looking for someplace to go. A flag on the play.
And that flag was thrown about 25 yards. I still have no idea why they have to throw the flag like that. The flag doesn't spot anything. There's no reason. I mean, it's against the Colts, but that official threw that flag 25 yards. And it seems like every kick today there's a penalty, huh?
Seems like there has been. But why do you have to blow the... No, what you're talking about is how far they throw the flag.
It's stupid.
Number 36 of the return team during the run back at the 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
The guy's so proud of himself. I mean, he stands there and launches it. And all he has to do, remember in the old days, he used to say, drop the hanky? Just drop the hanky? Just drop the flag. You don't have to do that.
'33-21. 49ers leading.
You know, Pat, just looking at Peyton Manning there, he's not wearing a mouthpiece. I mean, he was earlier. In the last couple times I looked, I didn't think he had one in, and he doesn't. I know he started the game with it.
Harrison.
And because of the broken jaw, I mean, he wasn't used to wearing a mouthpiece, and because of the broken jaw, he had to. And they even made that special hole in his mask so he could put it in and out. But he got to one point that it got to be more of a nuisance for him, and he said, "The heck with it."
Close to a 1st down.
Peyton Manning just got the hand on there. That was really something. Bryant Young has been getting penetration all day. Got penetration, and he and Rhodes and Peyton Manning kind of met right at the ball on that one. They better get him blocked if they're going to run.
On 1st down, Manning starts to throw it overhand and drops down and gives him the sidearm.
One thing, Jim Mora of the 49ers has done a good job on pass coverage, I think, today, and I think they've frustrated Peyton Manning a little. There's Jim Mora right there, and he's doing everything that he can to help his team win this game against his dad.
A little more animated than his dad.
Well, it's a little easier to be animated, more animated when you're up 33-21.
And you're not the head coach.
97 defense. 5-yard penalty.
Brian Young.
Maybe that's why he was getting so much penetration. While he spent, especially in the running game, he spent most of the day in the Colts backfield. Jim Mora calling the plays, calling the defenses in. And they've used a lot of nickel defense today, a lot of 5 defensive backs.
He may think he sees Manning do something with his hands right before he snaps the ball. That's maybe why he's getting such a jump.
And on the run, he's not getting that kind of jump on the pass.
There and dropped by Harrison. That won't happen often.
Yeah, we had a game in the preseason, remember, up at Minnesota, Indianapolis at Minnesota, and Chris Hoban was a defensive tackle who was really getting off in the ball, and he said that Peyton Manning was moving his hand just before the snap, and he was jumping instead of the ball being snapped. He was jumping on Peyton Manning's hand movement. Now, that's a point that you bring up. I mean, maybe Bryant Young is doing the same thing.
3rd and 5.
But you can't do it, of course, when he's in shotgun. We'd be talking about when he was up under center.
A bunch on the left. Manning looks and throws and hits Trevor Inslee and gets an Indianapolis first down.
Manning doesn't look as comfortable back there as he has been. And again, I don't think it's because of the pass rush. He's been getting good protection. But see, he looks a little antsy there as he's waiting for something to open up. But he stays with it and makes that throw to Inslee.
1st and 10. Here's Manning back to throw and hit, and the ball's loose.
There's the pass rush here. That was J.Engelberger.
Engelberger first.
Yep, he went right around Adam Meadows. I was just going to say the 49ers haven't been getting any pass rush all day, and now they're going to get it right here. J.Engelberger, you see, it's just a speed rush. He just hits him and just runs right around him. And he goes in there and strips that ball. Now, the rule is if you get beat, if you're Adam Meadows and you get beat on the pass rush and you cause a fumble, you better recover the ball. Adam Meadows was a guy that got beat. He's also the guy that recovered the ball because he got beat.
Lofted up the middle, and Manning tried to take something off of it.
Hey, I know what Jim Moore is going to talk about after this game. If they lose, it's going to be these turnovers. Turnovers and in the special teams. The 2 areas that really hurt us was we gave them the ball too many times and we gave them too much good field position.
Well, that's what he said to Ron Pitts at half.
Yeah, look at this.
We can't cover kicks.
They've had 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions and 1 fumble in the second half. And then, of course, the 49ers have gotten 13 points off of those turnovers.
3rd and 16. Intercepted. That's Plummer. Ahmed Plummer. A flag on the play.
But the flag is going to be after the interception.
Yep.
The flag is going to be on the interception return. Peyton Manning not having one of his good days at all. Sacked once, hit 3 times, hurried 8 times, 4 interceptions. And this interception, even though there is a flag and a penalty, this interception will stay because the penalty was after the flag.
Against the 49ers, but
it's going to be a clip, and it's going to be against the 49ers on the interception return. Blocking below the knees.
Personal foul, walking below the waist after a change of possession. Indianapolis, that's a 15-yard penalty after the interception from the spot.
Well, 007, how did you come to ruin this?
the 49ers have the ball.
And they marked the penalty off against the Colts. So they said number 78, so that had to be on Tariq Glenn after the interception when he was going down to make a tackle. Because it looked like at first it was going to be against the 49ers, but the penalty was marched off against the Colts.
Garcia gives to Hearst.
See, Peyton Manning, we were just showing before, he had 3 interceptions. Now he's had 4 interceptions today, and that's a career high.
Well, one of them bounced off a guy's foot and bounced up in the air.
Yeah.
So that really wasn't his fault. But
no, and he threw that one in there that got away from him.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason for everything, but Peyton Manning just didn't look like himself today either. I mean, and I think this coverage had something to do with it, because it sure wasn't the pass rush that bothered him. I think it was more the coverage and sometimes not having someone to throw to.
Well, the receivers that they started with, they had Harrison, and then they had a bunch of guys.
Well, Wilkins has been pretty good today.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's used his quickness and stuff. Here's Bratsky again. Bratsky's played very well defensively for the Colts. So they're both against the run that we just saw there and on the pass rush. He got Derek Deese a couple times with that inside spinner move. But now the 49ers just want to take as much time as they can and run as much as off of this as they can.
3rd and 12.
And again, their 3rd down conversion today hasn't been very good, just 1 out of 8.
Garcia gets to Hearst, and Hearst is off to the races. 3rd and 12.
Amazing.
And they called a trap.
They called the trap, and Garrison Hearst had to burst. I mean, he hit that thing and then had another gear. You're going to see, here's Garrison Hearst right there. Now watch, he makes that break. He runs out of a tackle right there, makes a move. Then he puts on a little burst.
Key block by Ray Brown sprung him.
Yep, that's that old trap play. Ray Brown can still do that. Ray Brown, 16 years in the league. Garrison Hearst rushed for over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns today. '49ers, one of the fun teams. I mean, who would have thought a year ago that the '49ers, after 10 games would be 8-2? Last year they proved that they could put up some numbers. This year they've proven that they can put up numbers and win.
That's amazing. Today's game is being produced by Bob Stinner, directed by Sandy Grossman. Associate directors Mike Roig. The broadcast associates are Charles McDonald and Kerry Kloster. Technical producers Bob Muller. Pre-game show is produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy. Senior producers Bill Brown. Executive producers of Fox Sports Ed Gorin and David Hill. In addition, we'd also like to give thanks to the rest of our wonderful technical crew, as well as the guys who help us up here in the booth. Stage manager Rich Nelson, spotter Wayne Fiddleman and Rick Odioso, and down in the graphics truck Dave Swaby and Wade Junko. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let me just pile on that and add my thanks too. But the 49ers are really explosive, aren't they? I mean, they can hit you so many ways. And now that Garrison Hearst is back, you just can't say, well, it's all Terrell Owens and it's all about Jeff Garcia. It's a big part about this guy here, number 20. Look at that. His last 7 rushes, he had 2 touchdowns. Coach Mariucci wants to stay in there. He's going to shake hands and get a hug. He's going to stay there until Hearst would acknowledge him. We had Steve Mariucci on the bus yesterday, and we had a feast. We fed him turkey and turducken, and then
he wouldn't ride unless we fed him.
No, I know it. And then he took the plate to the meeting with the coaches meeting.
Then he took a Fox jacket with him.
So he has a plate and a jacket.
Manning to Trevor Inslee.
But he's done a heck of a job. I mean, he did a great job when the 49ers were a good team. And I thought, a real test of a head coach is when you're in transition, when you have a bad team. And I thought he did a great job of coaching when he had a bad team, and then he lived through it, and he came up with what he's doing now.
Well, just watching them in practice yesterday. Forget about today. But in practice, they looked like they were enjoying themselves. They had to come all the way across the country.
And they did something that I think is important. They came on Friday. Most teams will come on Saturday, the day before the game. They came on Friday and then practiced here yesterday.
Most teams don't even practice. Where are they going to play? Rhodes, the ball carrier.
If you look at the standings here, you see the NFC best records. This is when the day started today. But there's only one team that has one loss, and that's St. Louis. And then there's Chicago and San Francisco. And so the 49ers in all of football have the second best record. Although coming into today, there were 3 other teams at 7-2.
Well, the Bears led the division at 7-2.
Pittsburgh is 7-2.
Yeah, right.
Oakland is 7-2.
7-2. Here's the shovel pass underneath. The Rhodes again. 4 minutes left. 40-21.
You know, and then you look at the schedule here. You see the Colts remaining games. It doesn't get any easier than that.
No. And this is not easy by any means.
And they came into today at 4-5.
4-6 is not insurmountable, but it's going to be difficult to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to, because they don't have enough defense. I mean, that's the thing, is even if Peyton Manning is going to play a lot better than he did today, and their offense is, but they just don't have enough defense, and they have to play teams like this. This is not going to be a playoff year for the Indianapolis Colts.
Too many men on the field on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's one way to stop them. The old 4-4-4. That's tough to play against.
Remaining games for the 49ers. At St. Louis, we'll do that one. Miami, Philadelphia.
Yeah, we'll do that one in Philadelphia.
Saturday game.
They got to, I mean, if you give them a win here today with 8 wins, they're very, very close to being a playoff team. They're very, very close to being in the playoff. Obviously, they are a playoff team. But I think that Jim Mora, 49er Jim Mora, brother and uncle of the Moras that are here watching the game, I think really did a good job today of the coverages. You know, I mean, not giving Peyton Manning what he thinks, you know, kind of showing him one thing, playing more nickel, and not letting him get comfortable with the coverages. Because, as I said a number of times, the pass rush really hasn't bothered him. And the other thing is a Jim Mora, 49er Jim Mora, didn't really have to go to the blitz.
71 offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Colt Jim Mora is, you know, has to be frustrated because he was frustrated at halftime. But
well, he doesn't have many defensive players, like you said, a good enough group of. Plus today, when you lose Edgerrin James, and you lose all the other people that he's lost, the injuries have really decimated this team. Manning underneath. Inslee again.
This is kind of what the 49ers do. When you get to this point on defense and you have this kind of lead, what you want to do is just make them work for everything and keep them in bounds. Don't let them get out of bounds to stop the clock.
49ers have always been a very good road team since the days of Bill Walsh. They can win on the road. A lot of teams can't get it done. Minnesota, for example.
I remember when the 49ers under Bill Walsh were really, really good on the road and not very good at home.
4th and 1.
Bill Walsh, by the way, didn't make this trip. I was looking for him. Usually you would see Bill Walsh in practice. He wasn't there yesterday.
I talked to John McVay, asked him that question. He said, no, Bill didn't make this trip. Pass is knocked down, deflected.
And that was a 4th down play, so that'll be a timeout here and a change of possession.
Julian Peterson
49er Jim Mora having to feel good about the job that he's done with Peyton Manning, because you knew coming into this game that it was going to be a high-scoring game. This is the type of thing where, you know, that deal where the line blocks down and they let the end man come. And you just see Peterson just come in there, Julian Peterson, and just jump up and knock that ball down.
Well, Steve Mariucci said yesterday also, we got to score a lot of points because they're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, and then I think when you keep the Colts to 21 points, I think that is real good defense.
You've done well.
Yeah, that's not a lot of points. I mean, if you were
DeBarlow.
Now that was the Chicago Bears or someone, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that would be a lot of points, but the Colts is not. Look at it, 4-1 in road games this season. Remember, the only road game they lost was that overtime game at Chicago.
In Chicago, on a deflection. The things that go on around an arena.
The emotions of Terrell Owens. This is the way you read the quarterback. The ball not touching the ground. Remember that play?
Anger, disgust,
and just feelings. I mean, that's just Steve Mariucci being Steve Mariucci. He got so excited after one game, he gave everyone a game ball. Then he realized he didn't have that many balls to give everyone a game ball. So he had to take it back.
Barlow looking for a place to go.
Jeff Garcia didn't have a good start today. Watch, here's how he ran on the field. He's just coming out here. Everything's good. He just fell down. And he laughed. And he was over and no one caught it. He had two coaches that coached him in Calgary, and he went to say hello to them. Yeah, hey, you better hide your face. You better not look.
Are you John Moden? Or
no, that's an A.
Moden.
Well, let me just straighten that out.
Okay. J.Garcia, 14 out of 22. Statistically, not one of his best days, but a very effective day.
I'll tell you, if you look at that knee and that right elbow, I mean, he is really banged up and is probably going to be banged up all year.
And his left hand. Barlow dragged down.
There's that brace I was talking about. Look, in fact, it looked like it blew out. It blew a hole in his socks there.
Yeah.
And he has a tape job under that brace.
And not much leg in there.
Not bad.
'49ers 40. Indianapolis 21.
My first 49er game, my first birthday. That has to be you we're talking about. Happy birthday.
Here's Mark Rippon getting set to come in for Indianapolis. Wilkins back deep. Signals fair catch. Kevin Barlow shaken up the last time he carried the ball.
Well, you know, he came into this game with a bad quadricep muscle, and I don't know if that's exactly what they're working on now, but
didn't appear to be.
No, he wasn't 100% coming in, but at this time of the year, no one's 100%. And isn't this a lonely feeling? I mean, you're down 40 to 21, a minute 55 seconds, your backup is in, and have to stand there all by yourself. I mean, this is, you know, they talk about teammates and being together and all this stuff. This is when I think a guy needs a teammate.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're winning and everyone's patting, you don't need it then. You need it now. I think Peyton Manning needs it now.
Kevin McDougal. You need a teammate, and you also need a friend.
Yeah, but it's always the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
When things are going well, everyone wants to get around and hug and do all that stuff and high five. And when things don't go well, you're the most lonesome person in the whole world. You just think that, you know, someone who signed someone, just go up and pat them in the back as you walk by.
Entirely too much time to think about why did I do that when I did that, and what caused me to do that.
No, losing's tough. I mean, losing hurts, and it doesn't go away easily.
McDougal again.
It's one of the things our friend Matt Millen is learning there in Detroit, not winning a game, and that it's tough. I mean, you come in and you have high expectations. I mean, Peyton Manning believes that he's going to win every game he plays in. I know that.
Very competitive individual.
Yeah, and if you believe you're going to win, then that low of not winning, is just beats the heck out of you.
Well, if you don't believe you're going to win, you shouldn't be playing.
No, and then when you believe you're going to win strongly and don't, I mean, that's a very deep feeling.
McDougal again.
But the 49ers have to feel good. I'll tell you this, it's always tougher when you play a road game because you got that flight home and those injuries and that type of thing. But when you win, nothing hurts, and when it does hurt, it goes away quickly.
Mariucci and Mora.
And Mora has to look for his son, Jim.
And the other Mora.
I'm sure that somebody, look at young Mora. He's not exactly sure how you're supposed to feel. He won, but his dad lost.
We'll be back here at the Dome in a moment. Father and son.
We ought to be flying for a rock star.
There's Garrison Hurst, 12 rushes, 106 yards, 2 TDs. Marvin Harrison, 8 receptions, 128 yards for the Colts. UPS delivers a chance to win a trip to the Fox football pregame set by logging on to foxsports.com. This is Pat Summerall for John Madden and Ron Pitts saying so long from Indianapolis, where once again the final score is the 49ers 40, the Colts 21. Up next is the Autotrader.com postgame show with JB, Terry, Howie, and Chris right after these words. For more information on today's game and the latest NFL news, log on to foxsports.com, the official sports site of the internet.
Pat himself won it back. After the game, Ron Pitts caught up with Garrison Hurst. He had his first rushing touchdown since December of '98. Had 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Our own Ron Pitts.
All right, thanks a lot. Garrison Hurst, 2 touchdowns, a couple big runs, and you got your first touchdown since the injury in '98.
Yeah, man, we made some big plays, and our O-line was in the end, tore them out of there, and I was able to get some runs.
Seems like the team's got a nice little rhythm going right now.
Yeah, you know what? They're mixing things in well, man. This offense, we get a chance to make big plays, throwing the ball and running, and, continue to do the play call like that, you never know what can happen.
All right, man, good luck next week.
All right.
Back to you, JB.
All right, successful outing for Garrison Hurst. All right, Atlanta and Carolina.